Hey everybody, it's Mike J. Darkson and Berard again with another episode of One Was the Hand Gesture.
It was
We're
like
not ready
now,
yet?
now go.
Now go, now
You
go.
went like a half second too soon, so we got the J Darkson Berard
But
here.
we're gonna finish it in post. We'll get it in post.
Yeah.
We'll get it in post.
Exactly.
This
No,
was
but
opens like this.
every
Hi there,
time.
guys, gals, and non-binary pals. It's another episode of that D&D podcast with tonight's host Mike J. Darkson Berard. That's me, and our beautiful bevy of people, except with a P because that didn't work out right. How about y'all? People, yeah. Perfect. I don't know. Y'all are great. I love you. You introduce yourselves, though.
Discorder.
Hi, my name's
Discorders.
Andrew. God damn it! Shut up. Hi, my name's Andrew Otway, and tonight I'll be reprising my role as Senrathi Cobb, They of Hope and Little Patience. Yeah.
That's my shtick.
Hi, I'm Jordan. I'm seriously considering my Discord name change. I will be playing Vasha Stormforge, Dwarven Fighter, Eldritch Knight, Bodyguard to Sinrathi, and Defender of Goats.
First disciple of the goat, I believe you mean to say.
Hi, I'm Aaron. I'll be playing the part of Keith. I'm really good at shooting and even better at diplomacy and magic. And basically, there's really nothing I'm not fantastic at. And everybody's my friend, and we're all doing great.
Hi, I'm Adam. I'll be playing Fritz, and I have nothing at all to counter whatever Erin might have just said. Because she's 100% accurate, I'm sure.
All right.
Hi, I'm Zach. I am playing Yorha, the former paladin, current barbarian, back from the dead, dragon wife, all the jokes go.
How many your hosts does it take to unscrew a light bulb?
26
Oh, well.
endings worth.
Well, one, but I die 4 or 5 times in the process.
Right.
There's seriously 26 endings.
Of Nier Automata, there's 21 of them are jokes. And I mean, it's a single linear story. There are 5 chapters to it.
And there's one for each letter of the alphabet, right? And
Yeah.
like one of them is you eat a fish and die.
Yep. Another
You eat a-
is
what?
yes, you eat a fish and it murders you to death. Game over.
Huh.
One of them is you explode yourself into space by doing a thing that they specifically tell you not to do.
Do they actually tell you not to self-destruct on the space station?
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
So, this is that Nier Automata podcast. It is
I
a
am
formative experience
here.
for anyone to watch. So please do so. Oh, that looks good. What is it?
I already showed it off to the camera, but it is the Vancouver Island Brewing Dominion Dark Lager.
Ooh. So that makes me think of a Blaze campaign. But no, we're not doing that. We're not playing Welcome to Cribs either. We're playing 5th edition, and we are continuing our Knights of the Ashen Empire tonight. And this is our special Thursday night game on special Tuesday night. Glad you could join us. Hope you're having fun so far. We last left the party in a perilous search. I gotta come up with more
Perilous
alliterations.
position. The party in perilous position.
They, I believe, had stopped a wagoneer and mercilessly interrogated them, demanding to know from whence their produce came. And we pick up back on these ne'er-do-wells as they
We sent them
Pick
on their
produce.
way.
I
From
feel
a-
like, merciless is a word that we need to use sparingly with this group of people.
Well,
Because
So we met the Wagoneer. We pulled out the Rot Heart seed thing. We went off into town to investigate. There's a dog behind you. I think everyone was successful in doing their shtick except for Senrathi, who intimidated a crowd of local slack-jawed yokels.
yes.
yes.
And then,
Yep.
like, the next thing we were going to do is go find the, like, Far Cry 2 outpost at the crossroads and burn it to ash.
Yes. There is a the minor issue of what appears to be some sort of patrol heading down the road towards y'all. So if there's a thing you would like to do before said patrol reaches you, you might consider amscring, giddy-upping,
I mean,
proximity mines.
we've already determined that we are willing to pull rank on these people, and if that doesn't work, kill them, right?
Yes. I was going to say the preparation I'd like to take is casting Mage Armor.
Solid call. I will load my gun axe.
Are you loading the axe part or the gun part?
The axe part. The gun
Okay.
part's purely for show.
I feel like we would get in a lot less trouble if we all went into Fritz's bag of holding, since he's not going to openly antagonize anyone.
It has limited oxygen.
We should have shoved the bird in there.
This is our get along bag.
Yeah, we put the bird in the bag, and then, like, just because it's dark in there, the bird goes to sleep.
goes to sleep.
I was about to say, do you put the bag of holding just like right over her eyes and
Yeah.
she just follows wherever?
Is a bird in the bag worth more than a bird in the bush? How
Yes.
does that work exactly?
Yes, roughly
The
2
bird
to
in the
1
bush
conversion.
cut off a dude's head and burnt him last time. So
For good reason.
Bird reason.
Y'all'd have done it too if you'd seen it.
Uh,
Sorry, I just wanted to use y'all'd have in a sentence.
Yalda,
We broke the North.
they're gone.
Yeah.
Canada has gone.
Okay. All right. This game deserves 2 dozen Mountain Dew. That's all I'm saying. So yeah, the horses clatter ever closer. Not really clatter. They're porcelain horses now, apparently. Is there? So you're just you armed up, stood your ground, ready to go?
I mean,
it's just a patrol. Why are we getting all hot and bothered here?
yeah.
I think I caused a scene, and, like, these are the reinforcements dispatched to create order.
Create order. Yes.
Porcelain.
Wild porcelain.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, what's our SOP? What are the rules of engagement? What are our orders, boss?
We are on our way to the checkpoint to investigate for rot.
Okay.
Show him the badge, and then if necessary, show him the gun.
Specifically the gun we took off the other person that we killed?
Oh, I've got a whole bandolier of them.
You do, don't you?
I was gonna ask if the
Bandolier of pistols.
gun was the nickname for the dwarf.
Gun show.
So when Zach said earlier, he's loading the axe, the gun is just for show. I was just like, is that a fucking gun show thing? Like,
I
is
did
that what
too,
you're?
and I'm
Yeah.
just kind of just
Yep.
like, sure.
Let's go with that. Let's assume I'm that level of clever.
Okay.
Let's right there. That's the baseline.
Okay, so that's just further confirmation Aaron and I are drift compatible. Next.
Why can't I add you to this scene?
That's a good question.
Oh, that's right. I should be in roll 20.
I don't know that we've got, like, all of the tokens piped in 110% properly, but
So after the 5th time you came in, okay, that's not how this works.
you grab the little, like, player bookmark and drag it to the scene.
Yeah, and eventually you showed up, but I had to drag you a lot.
I
Well,
haven't
it's-
changed scene yet. I'm still seeing the cave.
I'm still in a cave.
Is the scene completely filled with like individual units of Orange Domokun again? Because
Oh, there
that
we
made
go.
things move pretty slow.
Yeah.
No, this is empty. Yes?
Nothing. I'm just gonna.
You don't have to be here or... This is D&D, that's fine. Right? That's how that works?
I'm trying to be a good producer here and not getting a suit.
That's very clever. We could draw a whole shape over it if we wanted to. Yes.
I'm not trying to dick on the map. I'm not gonna be that person.
You're not gonna what?
Except we know you are. So.
I said I'm not gonna draw a dick on the map. I'm not gonna be that person.
I mean, you can. That's no one's gonna stop you. This is our space. We can talk about all sorts of whale stuff here if we want to.
Yeah, as long as the dick's in orange and that means we fight it, it's probably fine.
Right. Yay! These are awesome. Oh, that's amazing.
I have so little idea as to what is happening right now.
Is that fucking Eeyore? No.
No, that's like a rot unicorn thing.
That's pretty cool looking, actually.
We got it because we're pro now.
Yes!
But to be clear, the approaching patrol is not clearly rot infested, are they?
You know, as you get closer, as they get closer, there does not appear to be that sense of normalcy that you had. Seems to be a little bit fleeting.
Are they riding unicorns?
No. These appear to be like mostly horse-ish. They're wearing like barding, which is kind of an odd thing for horses that aren't like heavy. It's of an older style, right? Heavier armors are not super in fashion currently. To have a horse wearing armor is kind of bizarre.
Especially when guns exist.
Right, that's the whole point. Heavy armor is not the thing, the draw that it once was.
Also, magic.
Right. So
Does that mean Vasha's gonna set the horse on fire?
No, Bosch is going to electrocute the horse.
Yes.
No, she
There
has
you
the thing where she sets the metal armor on fire.
No, it's electricity. It's
Yeah, because the conductive hands, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Shocking grasp.
I thought it was just a superheat iron.
although
No.
heat metal would be a really nice way of like making
Yes.
horse steak. In a
I could have sworn
Yeah.
she kept on asking if people had metal things because she can superheat metal or something.
no.
but Clearly, I didn't understand.
It's shocking grasp. I wanted to cantrip the Inquisitor to death.
We ask these questions for the best reasons.
Mhm.
Whenever we throw one of those weirdo oddball questions out,
I mean,
you know it's gonna be good.
it is the most D&D thing to be like, is their level divisible by 3? I cast level 3 flare.
Is it a Tuesday?
Yeah.
This is very important.
I get advantage on hunger checks on Tuesdays because someone will lend
What's
me
the
a hamburger.
The phase of the moon. Would you say it's a crescent or a sliver?
Yeah, is it
Yes.
waxing? Waxing gibbous?
Okay. The other thing is that the people on the horseback are all wearing heavy armor.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm okay with this.
Are they?
Yes.
How obviously rot infested are they?
I mean, not obviously rot infested, but they are all wearing like head to toe heavy armor and carrying lances.
So here's a question. Can Sinrathi like preemptively rot blast someone? Like, is that a thing that we can do? Because I know we can like take the rot out of somebody, right? What happens if we try to do that and they don't have any rot in them? Is the question.
Oh, jeez.
Does it
Because
tickle?
like L5R has that spell, has those like jade spells that don't do anything to normal people, and then like the taint, it kills people with the taint in them. Like, can you just like shoot a rot remover at one of these people to see if they're rot infested?
Just okay, so it's like, yeah, if you're rot infested, this will really fucking suck.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, they're probably not witches, so they probably.
Yeah, if they weigh the same as a duck.
The duck have rot.
Okay. So they're thundering down the road in your general direction.
Oh, damn, that's too late.
A rotten duck is a foul.
Okay. Yes, this is definitely a Cheetos and Mountain Dew night.
Roll to see if
Mountain
I'm
Dew,
getting
Mike?
drunk.
Ugh.
I almost killed him.
Yeah.
Nailed it.
Yeah. So who is They are now close enough that
Can I like?
Keith, they're in arrow range. Yorha, they're in gun range. And Vashla, you're pretty sure you could lob a grenade their way if you wanted to, attack first. Fritz, they're not quite close enough for you to calmly explain how in the wrong they are.
Are they like riding at us with lances set, or are they just riding down the road in a thunderous fashion?
Your hold of the lances up here. They're not socketed yet.
Okay.
But that's just
They aren't couched.
couch. Thank you.
They're love seated at best.
I like socketed though. That actually like feels right somehow. Yeah, Yorha's looking at Fritz like I'm sort of standing in the smashing stance.
They aren't.
I mean, Fritz is just walking down the road.
Okay, I will walk with Fritz.
I too will walk with Fritz.
Well,
I
are
am
you
s-
going to join hands and sing like?
We're off to see the wizard, the
Yeah.
wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Sound off, Captain. No, but
I think
Alright.
Keith is standing back, and she's got her like bow at just kind of down, but ready to shoot at somebody, but not like directly outwardly threatening. And I think she took her shoes off, and she's kind of like squishing her feet in the grass for some reason, and she's just
Yep.
kind of waiting.
Is she like scratching?
Yeah, just kind of
wear
digging.
shoes.
yeah,
I insist on it.
Okay. Are they like
Everybody walked away from me, so I could take my shoes off.
are they special like bird shoes?
So
Yeah.
it's picture a flip flop with like in the middle, and then it's got one in the back to like slide her back toe through.
It's like Tabby. Like
It
Ninja
looks like
Tabby.
an old school baseball glove, but she's standing in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Got
mean,
it.
fair.
Well, that's slightly horrifying.
Also, I'm not walking towards these mounted, heavy armored murder machines. Maybe staying like a solid 15, 20 feet behind.
Okay.
Actually, I have a better idea.
yes.
So what are the odds that we go hot on this?
Hi.
I mean, it's going to be high, but I have no. Fritz would have no reason to do anything until he's got
Right.
rot proof in front of him.
Okay.
We're us, so there's
Wait
like an
until
80% chance at all
You see the
times.
rot of their eyes.
That's fair.
The orange of their skulls.
Yes.
Ugh.
I won't invisibility myself yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you have
Yeah.
blessed any of us before we walked off?
Precisely one of you.
My God.
Are you gonna give Fritz guidance in his attempt to like avoid violence?
Probably.
I feel like
Level
that's a
4 now,
solid
right?
call. Right?
Pardon, Mike?
Yeah.
You all in level 4 now, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yep. Yes.
It's
Bring
fine.
the scary
You asked.
unicorns, Mike.
We're level 8. Bring the thunder, goddammit.
Scary unicorns.
Aaron is clearly done with this campaign.
Yeah.
It's screw-unicorn time.
Well, that's a different campaign entirely. And I need
Oh,
you
this
to
is
start
a Monster
Monster
Hearts?
Hearts
Sorry.
first.
Yeah.
Oh, now I want to play that campaign too.
I was-
We've got enough going on.
I was just gonna make a tunicorn joke, but
Instead of one
Well-
unicorn, it's two unicorn.
yeah.
It's 2, and then they merge together into screw-unicorn, and the horn actually goes wee when it attacks.
Well, yeah, but then they march through some
Podcast.
trees and it becomes a prunicorn.
I will just stop playing this game right now. If I have to.
And then before it turns into a butterfly, it becomes a cocoon-unicorn.
look, we have dog.
I just want to point out that actually like breaks the display a little, but that's okay.
I'm
Oh,
happy
that
to
was
break this
awesome.
play.
That's
That was
fine.
awesome.
I definitely approve.
Yeah.
I'm shoving some dinner in my mouth while y'all are
Mhm.
making awesome puns. I'm not going to die if I. All
Well,
right.
Cheetos will dissolve eventually, Mike, so it'll be fine.
Especially with all that Mountain Dew.
Delicious, delicious Mountain Dew. All right, so the trio, Thunder on their horses, which at this point, like, which one of you has the highest perception? This is a D&D thing.
Dun, dun, dun.
Not me.
Maybe me?
4?
3.
I think so. The three of us walking, right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Mike? Okay, I have 4.
There you go.
Okay, throw me down a perception check, and you can be assisted by someone with you, like Keith or Yorha.
Oh, I'm hanging back with Sen.
Yes, it's Johan, Fritz, and Vashla.
Assist is
Advantage.
yeah, that's the word.
Oh, okay. 13.
Yes! 13.
My health is worth 1
Very
whole point.
powerful hit.
The help is you stopped covering her eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Yorha, like your Vashla finally makes it around Yorha to like look.
No, I probably like kicked you in the shin and like you're like nursing your ankle or something.
Ah!
So it's hard to tell at this distance, but like, yeah, you haven't been around a lot of horses, presumably. Like goats, if these were goats, you know, that's your domain. That's their domain of expertise.
Okay.
So, but like, this whole thing feels weird, in like not a great way. There's not like you can't quite put your finger on what it is that feels so off about this to you though. So, they come thundering up, but since none of you have your weapons drawn, they rein their horses in, and the lead rider, like kind of, he's got the visor down. I mean, you assume it's a male. It's a fully armored person, human. The visor's down on the helmet, and it's like a full like bucket helm sort of thing. And you know what? We'll go full on like Final Fantasy IV Dragoon sort of equipment.
Okay.
Right? They've got the winged hussar helmet, and it's all in shades of like brown and purple, black and purple.
Okay.
And they've got this fancy lance with these Inquisition colored banners trailing it behind. And the lead rider's horse is when the lead rider reins it in, it like bucks and like has a fair amount of like, it's blowing, it's got its lather up already, and it like chomps down towards you, Fritz. It doesn't actually like hit you, and you pretty far off. Like it's talking distance, but not like horse rein up and kick you in the face distance. But the horse is doing the reining up thing, and it's definitely agitated.
Exposing its soft underbelly.
Yes. Its hard outer shell, as all horses have, being on its back.
It does. It's got barding, Mike. You put armor on the horse.
I know. It's a pea horse.
Plays music?
Peahen. Sorry.
It's covered in
Oh,
harmonicas.
okay.
Yeah.
No, I got it.
Yeah.
I did the
Thanks,
first
Adam.
time around. Thank you for the clarification.
Yes. All right. Man, there's got to be. What's the slur for gnomes in this world?
Does there have to be one?
No, but like so, like the '80s, right? So I'm thinking like Willow, right? And the guys in the heavy armor, they call the Elvins or whatever. Anyways, he says, "Hold, little one. What is your business here?"
So I think Fritz is already doing his best to look down at this very ill-mannered horse in the first place, and says something like, so he asked, what am I doing my business here? Sorry, I already forgot what I was saying. All right, God, Mike's eating. Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, what are you doing here?
We're here on the Emperor's business, driving the rot from these lands.
The mounted Drider looks and says, makes a show of like looking around and says, I see no imperial flags here. No, these lands belong to the Inquisition.
Is that treason?
Harry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, is that something that actually is at all true, that the Inquisition has control over lands, over the Empire?
Wait a second, this
Like
fucker's Eddie Izzard.
Do they have a flag?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, yes, it is treason because
Light treason.
the Emperor is divine. And
Yeah, I mean,
controls all lands, and the Inquisition is supposed to be an enforcement arm of the Emperor.
okay, I just want to, make sure that Blinky Cat is Blinky.
You're in your ears.
Oh, sorry.
Your normal human ears.
Yes, your normal human ears. You appear to be mistaken. This land, as is all land, is under the sway of the Emperor.
Then let him come and take it.
He doesn't need to take it, he already owns it. You're clearly not understanding this.
I don't know if you understand how owning things works.
Well,
And I'm a bird.
we
Shouting from back there.
we bow to no gods created like your Emperor or found or whatever. I don't know, like claimed to be natural, like the other gods. And these lands have been liberated by the Inquisition. We do not recognize the Emperor, and if you do, it is in your best interest to turn around and leave.
So it's treason then?
Which is like an amazing phrase. It's we like to think of it as revolution.
Hey, Fritz, do we have like a signal?
How
If
close
we
are we?
do, it's probably being given by now. I mean,
Yeah,
Fritz has nothing to do with treason.
Okay, arrow.
How close are we to these
Fritz has
people?
nothing to do with creation. Was that?
How close are we to these people?
These guys, the horse, like right up on my face. I thought.
Yeah.
All right, I will put my axe up under the horse and shoot it with my gun axe.
I think there's a lot of shooting going on right now.
Yeah, but I want to start by shooting the horse with the gun axe, like secretly shooting the horse with the gun axe.
Secretly?
How do you secretly?
No, but like the axe is not obviously a gun, right? So, like I'm making a motion at his horse with the axe, just like
Right.
I'm,
The horse is
I'm
like-
challenging them. And
The
then I
horse
shoot
is like, oh no, an axe, and then he gets shot, and he goes, oh no, a gun.
them. Exactly. I want that horse to die confused.
Makes the meat more tender.
We
Why
just
are we so
do not like
angry at
horses in this
horse?
podcast.
Yeah.
It's not named Cart. That's all I gotta say.
We don't know that.
We're just very pro goat and anti horse. That's just how it is.
Actually, every horse in the Empire is named Cart. Every single one.
There's no such. The word horse means cart, and in
Mhm.
in northern North Germanic.
This is
the
why
goat
Keith
lobby
is-
in the Kingdom of Rot is very strong.
This is why Keith is so murderous.
All right.
You
all of
shoot, and I'm
who
going
are-
to shoot.
Hmm?
I was telling Zach he should shoot, and then I'm going to shoot.
All right, you lower your weapon, and I'll give you like a quick surprise action. So go ahead and
All right.
and do the thing, and then we all can roll initiatives.
I have not statted up this this weapon on my sheet actually, so
How good's
Alright,
your
how's
dex?
it
assuming I'm attacking
Roll.
with Dex, right?
Yeah.
Yes, I'm an amazing shot, you guys.
I mean,
I'm sure it surprised the horse.
It probably scares the horse a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
Surprise can be advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah.
it does. I think surprise rounds are advantageous.
Oh, well, let's do it again then.
yeah, just roll another d20. Like, and also,
And don't fuck it up this time.
That horse is naked and facing away from me and also blind, right?
It's perhaps flat-footed.
Flat-footed will probably get it to 10, but not 8.
It's a flat-footed ungulate, yeah.
This is a bloodied horse from last episode.
Well, I mean, it misses, right?
Hearing
Like,
damage.
No. So what happens is What happens is, I like put it up there and I shoot and it bounces off the horse's armor and I look very confused and frustrated with my ineffective weapon, and then all hell breaks loose. Like I like turn it and point it at my face.
Why isn't this working?
Like these 3 horsemen are all or these 3 horse people are all sitting there like, what the hell? What? And I'm just like,
I think while they're watching you, that would be when I would be like, "Foomp," and then just, yeah.
Well, we're
right.
rolling initiative now.
Yeah.
Throw some dice on the table, and like I really, I'm not gonna like change the horse midstream or whatever that phrase is here. Like you roll badly, and like every ounce of my narrative being says, "Give him a softer hard move," right? And it's just okay.
I mean, that's why soft and hard moves exist.
mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I know.
Damn it,
Don't
Fritz.
worry, I go last, so they can all still stab me. That's still an option.
I don't mind if we do.
Vashla, where were you before all hell broke out?
If we
I
were
was,
to position ourselves.
yeah, I was probably standing somewhere near Fritz and Yorha.
I guess
you
Fritz is
should be
front
able
and
to move
center
yourself.
here.
Yeah, sorry, I was just looking at my sheet and zoomed in on the messed up unicorns. Whoops.
It's giving your cover.
Well, you know what? Just hide behind me.
Yeah.
No, I'm
Are these things this size?
They're
Like-
fucking huge.
Okay, great. Thank you.
The best part is if I go last, I can't rage until they go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get messed up.
It turns out dexterity is important for barbarians. Who knew? Especially those who have guns.
Yeah, those who have guns. Whoops.
Also, it's not like you sunk that into int. Where did your points go?
Dex or strength and con. I have a little bit of wisdom, but it's just strength and con. It's just like deep strength and con. Yorha is the most barbarian.
Conan could use a bow.
Yeah.
And like lead people and convince them to do things.
Right.
I can't do either of those. No.
He's dollar store Conan.
Yeah.
Well,
Bargain
I mean,
Conan.
so the old style rules, right? Like when you got resurrected, you lost stats as you came back.
Right.
And so, like, I used
Yorha
to
is
be
originally from Dungeons and Dragons. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Or like,
Yorha's like originally like Moldvay, and then like has aged up through the editions, right? At one point, I was reincarnated as a badger. It was very strange. And so like I just lost stats over that time. Every time I died.
I really want to meet Fori Yorha now because I think I could make a terrifying bastard.
Oh, yeah, Yorha could be very scary in 4E.
So
All right.
Are the horses or are the Inquisitors caught?
Jesus.
what was the question?
Well, so I mean, the Inquisitors and the horses got 4 and 7, or 4 and 6.
There's a
it
knight.
looks like.
There's a knight and 2 squires.
Oh,
What's
okay.
the dex on that night, Mike?
8.
Do I get to go first? I get to go before one person in this combat.
Do you? Do you beat that tie?
Because I actually have a dex of 12.
Okay, then yeah, you beat that tie.
Yeah, you're 4.12. He's 4.8.
0-8.
Yeah.
That my brain just left.
How do you get that on the initiative rolls?
Crack open your character sheet, go to the gear, and then it is add dex tiebreaker to initiative in the middle column, top section. If you look at the stream in like 30 seconds, you'll see me.
Damn. Yeah. Well did. You just IT'd the shit out of that.
All right, Fritz.
Okay.
The the Inquisitorial Knight, as I have so dubbed them, in front of you, is lowering their lance and like bringing it back to Lestab.
Okay. Fritz brings his. Okay, so the first thing he does is he slaps a. I don't know if it's gonna be what's an appropriate activation device for this. Basically, he's turning on his force field. I don't know if it's going to be.
Well, I mean, what does your force field look like? Is it Iron Man suit armor, or is it like energy bubble?
No, this is the way that the spell's worded. It's going to be more of an energy bubble type force field. I was going to say he has like the Iron Man thing in his chest where he hits the icon in the middle of his armor. It's probably it's probably the icon of the Ash Warden on his chest.
Oh, so good.
So yeah, he slaps that and activates a protective shield around himself since he has actually.
Do you have a battle cry of some sort?
No, I don't think Fritz is really the battle cry kind of person.
Not enough activate. Pasha, you got to say that out loud.
You already did, though.
Yeah, you did it for me.
So that's the effective spell. So that's a bonus action. Then he raises his cannon and fires it point blank at the Inquisitorial Knight. Hopefully, a little bit more effective.
I think
Shit.
Sinraku also blessed you.
Yeah, you've got a D4.
Doesn't matter. It's still only a 9. Or no, 11 at best.
Yeah.
You should roll it.
Whoops, that's 1d45.
Wow.
Still only.
Yeah.
If I had 814, that'd be great. Yeah,
It's
no.
an 8, which we know from experience.
Yeah.
Work.
Oh.
I don't know what these dice. They'll let me have high initiative, but when I try to attack, it's done.
So the
D20s are a real sumbitch.
They really
yeah
are.
yeah. I gotta write up something about changing them to 2d6 plus a number. So the Knight the Inquisitorial Knight sees you leveling your cannon and brings up their hand and opens it, and there's no like. It is an entirely armored hand, like most gauntlets, especially towards the age of guns and shit. Like they were just metal on the outside so that you could have your fleshy bits touching guns and holding swords and stuff. And no, this is like Lord of the Rings Sauron bullshit hand armor.
Okay.
Cool.
And blocks the shot.
And he just like Vader's the bullet.
And Vader's the bullet.
Or Tony Stank.
Yeah. Stanks it.
And then like there is like a glow when you shoot at this person.
Glow. Okay.
Well, it's less of a glow specifically and more of like light absenting from behind them. Is that a verb? I like that phrase though. Dog cam.
Yep.
Keith, I believe that there is some shooting that there is about to become.
Oh, yes. Very much, yes. So my plan... Oh, hey, I forgot I could do this. Okay, cool. So my plan is the knight is going to get hunter's marked just immediately. And I'm going to shoot towards the back right here with my arrow. And they're both... The other ones are within 5 feet, which means that my hail of thorns will hit all of them. So... Here's the shot, which is a 15, and the hunter's mark, if the 15 hits, does another 4, and then Hail of Thorns hits the other 2 for 6. And then...
Assuming they fail the save.
Dex save, yeah.
Yeah, dex save.
Dex save for the other two?
Yeah.
Yes.
See if this is it 2 times 1d20? Is that how that works?
No. Just 2d20.
Well, no, 2d20 minus 1 won't. Well, it'll roll 2 separate d20s, so that's fine, yeah. Good.
Well, one of them rolled a 0.
They both
They
fail.
both fail. And then I'm going to shoot the second shot at the topmost squire, with just a regular ass shot. Boring, but 21 for another 5 damage.
Just a regular ass shot.
Yeah,
Just ass shotting.
It's piercing, so I actually hit him in the stomach, and then it becomes an ass shot.
I was gonna say, like, it turns out that's the one part of their body that isn't armored. They're wearing chaps for riding.
Well, yeah, they're wearing the riding armor.
Yeah.
Half plate.
I'm gonna shoot him through the leg and pin him to his horse.
Okay, so you shoot the knight with a 15.
Yes.
Okay, and you hit them with 5 piercing damage.
9 piercing.
9 piercing damage.
And then the other 2 take 6 piercing, and then after that, the top one takes another 5 piercing. So it's 11 on this one, and then 9 on the middle one, and then 6 on the bottom one.
Okay.
26 damage. What's up?
Parents, talk to your kids about rangers.
Not even
So-
once. Ding, 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 ding.
So you fire off 2 shots, right? As well
Yes.
as your hail thorns.
Yes, my weird shivery thorn arrow that kind of shatters when it hits.
Okay, so we'll call him the Northern Knight, I guess. The Northern Knight Squire takes it through like the eye slit of the helmet, and collapses with their horse. And the other one, the Southern Knight Squire, brings up, like, tries to do the same thing as the lead knight, but the arrow like goes right through their hand. And the knight in front of you continues to like coalesce this light absence behind them.
I don't do the magical stuff, so good luck everybody else.
You literally just did.
Sinner,
That's fine. That's just skill.
No.
Great. What is this spell again?
So it's resistant against magic now? Or
I think it's taking damage and like somehow not actually taking the damage sort of thing. Like shedding it off is evil.
I forgot to do one thing. As you downed the Knight Squire, Keith, the part of that darkness shard thing that light absence thing, kind of like it's got these like tentacle-ish sort of things. One of them just kind of like reaches out and shoots out across above the heads of Fritz and Yorha and like hits you for this piercing cold.
Okay. Does it do damage, or is it just like weird metaphysical shit? I'm fine either way.
It hits you for 5 damage.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. That's not fine like 5 more times, but it's fine now.
All right, Snarthy.
I'm trying to figure out what I want to do to these bastards, but I have a bunch of first level spell slots, which means I should probably use a bunch of first level spell slots.
You're not muted.
No.
Shit.
So I think I'm going to target Dark and Stormy Night, and I'm going to hit him with a Radiant Bolt. Or Guiding Bolt? That's the flavor. Yeah, let's see how that goes. That's a 12 versus AC.
Okay.
Before you tell me if that hits or not, I want to check. Because I've got the Favored of the Gods thing, which means I can... on a failed saving throw attack. Cool. Did it hit?
No.
Cool. I would like to use Favored of the Gods and add 2d4 to it, to my roll.
What was Fritz?
I was saying, could you provide yourself guidance, or is that not
I think that's an action.
Okay.
I think. I'll have to double check. And it's... Does a 14 hit?
Yes.
Yay! He can suck on 18 points of radiant damage.
Good
So-
God.
It kind of like that effect of that coalescing darkness shatters.
Good.
When you strike them with the guiding bolt.
Mhm.
And there's this kind of thunderclap,
Mhm.
and yeah, it appears to be super effective.
Cool. The next person to attack him has advantage on their attack roll since he's like basically like hit the glowing weak spot for massive damage is how that spell functions. And I think I'm just gonna like walk directly behind my walls of meat.
Yeah. Okay. So the knight puts spurs to horse and barrels over Yorha.
The knight or the squeer.
The knight.
Okay.
Ah, shit. The squeer.
Mm-hmm. It's a squeer.
Ugh. So the squeer puts spurs to horse and barrels over Vashla.
Vashla's shorter. It's lower to the
I just
ground.
duck.
Yeah.
I just walk under the horse.
So does a 20 hit your AC? Vashla?
Oh, mine? It would, except as a reaction, I can cast shield.
Nice. You should do that.
Yeah, so I'm just thinking that.
Dinger.
No, does not hit. I have 23 with that.
Okay. So
That's amazing. That's
the
amazing.
Knight Squire goes to trample you, and you bring up your shield. Like, tell me how you magic yourself out of this.
So I go to get trampled. Basically, I encourage the horse to go elsewhere. I probably like as the horse is getting closer, something happens with my regular shield. Like it kind of looks like it's expanding outwards, and the horse probably like the edges might look too sharp. And I think I spooked the horse into swerving over to the side.
Yeah, right. And like the squire seems perplexed and perturbed, but continues onwards.
I shoot him a wink as we make eye contact.
You can only assume that you made eye contact through the
where
the
I
slit of
assume-
darkness where the
Yeah.
It's like a frog helm or something I'm picturing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I made what I assumed was eye contact.
Now they are barreling on past you towards Sinrathi.
And unfortunately, that was my reaction, so I can't protect him.
Do we have? Did it have to move past other people? Do we? And are there opportunity attacks?
It literally moved through Vashla. That's about it.
Okay.
And like it doesn't. It goes to level its lance at you, Sinrathi, but does not like couch it in time. And like kind of like swings it down at you instead, and like the horse lashes out with its hooves.
Great.
You know what? The horse goes to bite you.
Hoof, hoof, bite. Gotcha.
God damn it! I was about.
So does a 9 or a 12 do anything for you?
Nothing.
Huh. Wow, that's
My
weird.
goodness.
It's a good thing I cast magic armor on myself. I think like I was praying and just like the attacks were ineffective, which is just
You look at the
creepy.
horse.
You just weren't there. Like you.
No,
were just,
like they connected. They hit like the teeth came down and just did nothing.
That's disturbing.
horse.
Awesome.
The weaponized horse bite is just like the worst image.
No, it's like when my cats go to bite me. He expected me to flinch, and he's like, "Wait, you called my whatever, fine."
Yeah, it's real weird. The horse's mouth is filled with cat teeth.
That's
That's
fine.
super creepy, actually.
Thank you. That was an amazing idea. like
At this
short,
at this
sharp little
distance
teeth.
and having like personal contact with horse mouth, can I tell if these people are rotten? Or at least the horses?
This horse has got some serious problems with it. It is not. You would not label it as a horse.
Okay, it's horse adjacent.
Yeah, horse, like perhaps descending.
Horse-esque, which means the knight is an esquire.
Yes, I like that. Yes, it's horse-esque. It's horpulation. And also, you can definitely sense something wrong, cold and like darkness and creepy.
Okay.
I don't know if you're going to go so far as to say rotted, but you'll have to perform some sort of ectomy to find out.
Yeah, okay.
A horse cropsy?
Yeah, I think I mean cropsy as opposed to ectomy. I believe in
Rodectomy?
fascia. Yeah, I
So
believe in fascia.
I didn't quite catch what the whole magic thing was until like Keith was just like, I don't need to do magic. One or all of them has a shield?
The knight, as opposed to the knight squire, directly in front of you, Yorha, and Fritz, has a coalescing darkness aura thing that was shattered by Sinrathi's guiding bolt.
And it has people get advantage because of the guiding bolt. Okay,
The next attack against it. The
right.
next one.
I'm gonna go after the squire and use shocking grasp because I can get advantage off that anyway. Both the squire and the horse are armored, and I've been waiting to use this cantrip forever. Oh dang, I thought I had a thing in here for rolling.
It might be the attack section. Under like HP, temporary hit points, hit dice, death saves, there will be a list of attacks. And one of them might be Shocking Grasp. That'll actually roll the thing. The other one just puts out like the spell text.
Bummer.
Generally, when you set up the spells, you have to choose whether it sets out spell text or gives it an attack.
Yeah.
Right, I thought I did that though, so...
Alternatively, you can just
Yeah.
slash R and yeah.
And my bonus, which is finally not a negative.
I thought you put a point there.
Yeah, it's
No, I
not
did.
negative.
Okay, so 11. Does 11 hit?
No. Was it AC or something else?
It's AC.
No, 11 does not hit this thing.
Bummer.
It's everything either targets AC or requires a save. There's no non-armor defenses anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nads are no more.
They had to go.
Fine. So the that kind of that coalescing darkness reaches out and as you
Oh, they both had it? I thought it was just the knight.
it is. Oh, you attacked the other one?
I
Yeah.
attacked the squire.
Oh, that totally shocks the squire.
Oh, okay, cool. Roll 6 damage.
I believe. Yes, that little green bar at the end means that I've eclipsed the number of hit points that person has. So as the lightning arches out from your hands, it it wreaths both the knight squire and its horse, which rears up, and then the knight falls backwards and the horse collapses down. But they don't the horse collapses down into the knight as the knight falls backwards, like the hands as I hit the microphone and knock it away from me. Shock to the heart, and you're to blame. No one's gonna pick me up.
You give horse a bad mane?
Oh, there you go. Greatest hits right there.
And that name is Cart.
No, bad main.
Bad main,
Oh.
like the main six.
Well, and lightning would make it all stand on end, which that's just unattractive.
Yeah, that was a bad main day. Yorha, I believe that Vash's kill count is higher than yours right now.
It currently is, yes. Well, did she kill both the horse and the rider? I don't think I'm going to be able to match that, is the problem. I have advantage to attack the knight, right?
Yes.
Currently. I will rage, and then I will attack the knight.
I feel like you should make that pun out loud as Yorha's raging.
So I just realized that Kaith earlier killed one of the horses with a bunch of thorns. Ergo, Kaith was thorny on main.
I don't know what you're complaining about, Zach. That's rage inspiration right there.
Yes, exactly.
Inspirational.
Wow, fucking apparently, Jesus.
Yorha knows
only a
like
17.
through... Yeah, it's only a 17. It's not like the best I can do. Oh shit! I keep meaning to do that. Oh well, I forgot. So I'll do it next time. So yeah, that's 11 damage. 5 of it radiant. Smashing the Inquisitorial Knight.
Slashing radiant. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So Yorha powers up with the rage of the meta joke and smashes and slams his axe into the rider over the horse, while giving the horse a look through now glowing eyes that says, "You're next. I'm coming for you."
So the blows don't immediately connect against either horse or rider. You're like battering through some sort of gooey protective morass. Your weapon's like impact and indent, but you've got to like keep hammering at it. And then finally, like begin to break through it.
Okay. Again, I'm hammering on him with my light axe, and he's Vader. Taking in the shoulder pads until-
Yeah. And so the knight kind of like rears back, and it's not like a Kamehameha sort of thing, but like draws in its power, and then kind of like puts its shoulder down as it charges at you.
Okay.
And attempts to trample over you as well.
Great. Bring it.
Womp womp.
I'm super
21?
glad you got to rage.
21 is a hit. Yes, I'm real glad I got to rage.
20 and 10.
20 hits me again. 10 does not.
Okay. I need 2 Constitution saves from you.
Okay then.
This is where you are literally a Viking.
I'm literally a Viking.
And you take 8 and 9 individually, so I believe that both of those are reduced by something.
Yeah, they're both halved, so I take 8 total.
What flavors of damage are they, Mike?
They are piercing and slashing from the...
Then yeah, those get halved.
The correct flavors, yes.
Right.
Because Rocky Road would be in trouble.
So the good news is that your second save succeeded.
Yay!
The bad news is the first save failed, and you take 9 poison damage.
Yards.
We found the threshold.
Yes, we did. All right.
So
how's it 28?
As it tramples over you, there's like this these set of almost like multi-segmented legs that kind of jab downward as it tramples over you, and you feel it like pass through your armor, and like
There's no armor.
what's that?
There's no armor.
Okay,
I'm wearing like robes.
You feel it pierce inside of you without breaking your skin.
Okay. Are these extra legs?
These are dark
is a Shinto
shadowed,
horse now?
multi-segmented legs are coming out from the coalescing darkness around the night.
Oh, great. Okay.
Horsapede.
I mean, they're centaurs or something spooky already, because like the riders and horses don't separate ever.
Fritz, the
Well,
the knight has ridden over Yorha, and is now directly behind you.
Did I get a attack on that?
I'm sorry. What? It was quiet.
Was there an attack of opportunity for that?
You can totally take one. Yeah.
Okay. How does that work here? Is it just a basic attack, or is there? I don't even know if my gun is considered a special attack or not.
It's a basic.
Yeah. You just roll like a d20, and that seems legit to me.
Put some stank on it.
Yeah.
I want to call out.
stank it up.
I want to call out both Inquisitors and Horse and Drider as things that have occurred in chat.
Inquisitors.
And I'm a little upset that I didn't come up with either of them.
Yeah, Horse and Drider was just so good.
That was nothing then.
I mean, that's
okay. So it's still though. Now it is my actual round, which I'm just gonna do the same thing. So quick reload.
The gun goes off, and but like I guess you were a little startled by the Drider-esque horsepede legs that appeared out of nowhere.
Sometimes it's hard to also swivel. Okay, so yeah, a quick reload and another shot because let's just hammer this home.
Or you have like
that's a 21.
Wow.
Nice.
I did damage.
And 17 damage. That's enough.
I was gonna say you had like an already other loaded gun in your bag of holding. You're like, okay, just toss this bag in, I'll load it later. You just pull out the other one.
It's just like, ka-tow, drop it, pull it on them, ka-tow. You're like freaking Reaper from Overwatch.
Inside the bag of holding is like an entire Factorio map that just makes you reloaded guns.
I have that mod for Factorio. It's called not Infinifactory, but there's another one for it where each factories have factories. So good.
There's a move or a feat or something like that, whatever they're called in Feng Shui, the Hong Kong kung fu RPG, that is it's literally just called Big Bag of Guns, and there's like 4 levels of it, and basically you start the fight with one gun and then you fire it and you get another gun, and every time you shoot a gun, your gun gets bigger and bigger until the end of the fight, and I imagine that's sort of what Fritz goes through.
Your gun gets bigger and bigger until the end of the fight?
No, so like you fire a gun,
get a larger, angrier gun,
and then you pull another one out of the bag and you fire that gun. And you throw
okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure what game we were playing again.
At some point, your hook kicks Fritz, and like all the guns go out.
There's a scene later where the Fritz has not been funny where someone's just shaking guns at him. So Fritz, your thunder cannon roars to life. You've got it's at point blank range, and you don't have to swivel anymore because you swivel it all the way, and you like plant the gun and like jam it into your shoulder, and you're like, and it fires, and it's got that bright white light. Like I'm imagining like pulse rifles, like multiple starburst pattern sort of things as it explodes out, and it shatters the that kind of the darkness shell again, where there's like a thunderclap as the air rushes inwards, and it like impacts the knight in the back of the area towards its head, and like knocks the helmet kind of off, and it stops. And then the knight goes and grabs the top of its helmet, the back of its helmet, and just kind of pulls forward. And you can hear the ripping sound as it tears away at the flesh that had been bound to the helmet and pulls it off. And the sort of the tattered ruins of this person's face is so there's like blood and skin and this fuzzy orange bits that kind of fall off and kind of like cascade out of the hole, and it drops the helmet and it turns to you, and like this person's face is like half gone. There's like a nose, there's like a missing nose hole sort of thing, and it's just all sort of gruesome and like vaguely not like skeletal, but like emaciated and wasted away.
Well, looks like we found the rot.
Is anyone surprised? Bueller?
It's just a bunch of Cheetos in his helmet.
Bueller?
Yeah, it's said Cheetos and Mountain Dew episode.
He learned from the horse and he rides with a feed bag.
Oh god, the horse is gonna bleed Mountain Dew.
Oh God. Yes, the
Red
horse is actually,
That's the
horse is
poison!
actually just a Mountain Dew reservoir.
That's the poison! It's green and acidic!
I warned you.
We got there, everyone.
Yeah, I don't know. I dig the horror of combat thing, and so I like to play it up a bit. Keith, it is Yogo.
Cool. So, if you may remember, a little while back, Fritz gave me this little clicky lighter thing that I affixed to my bow.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to clicky it and catch an arrow on fire and shoot that thing in the face. Wait, I had a cool one-liner.
It's just been revoked.
No, I think she's just gonna shout no scope and then shoot it in the face.
What's the scope?
I mean, Fritz has one on his gun. It shoots up to 600 feet.
That was awful. I should have used the scope.
Lesson
You-
learned.
Keith comes up, spins around in a circle, like, let's go, and the arrow's just like,
She's like, quick scope, and then just fires behind her back into the woods, and like a tree catches on fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
woof.
A bear
Well,
comes out with his hat and is like, what the fuck? We discussed this.
You were the chosen one.
With the 420-360 no scope, Faith was 420 and a little too hard before we got here.
This
Okay,
is
wait,
real reason.
wait. Does an 11 hit? I know a 10 doesn't.
No.
Okay.
A 12 didn't?
Okay,
Yeah.
I couldn't remember what the
Yeah.
lucky number was.
14 is the minimum thus far.
14 is the actual this far.
Oh, crap. Sorry, I clicked the thing. I'm sorry. That doesn't apply. It's-
Sorry.
Well, actually, it does apply. It's a very good reason why you just biffed that roll.
Yeah.
No favorite. You have no favorite enemy here.
Do
No, beasts.
you want to keep that as beasts?
Not particularly at this
Yeah, the
point.
beasts. We haven't really been fighting that many beasts.
Yeah.
Well, isn't
Horses.
corrupted
We've
man
been
the
fighting
greatest beast of all?
Oh, wait. There was too many people talking. Aaron, you go first.
I said, isn't a corrupted human the worst beast of all?
I mean,
We got horses and peahens. There've been some.
peahens are hilarious. Yeah. So the shot goes a bit wide. And like maybe it's the creepy Skeleface with the holes in it that bothered you.
The part seems fine.
Noses are
Maybe
weird
it's
anyway,
reflected
right?
By the shadowy darkness yet again.
Yeah. Before my turn ends, can I talk to it?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay.
God.
I think in deep speech she's gonna say, "What do you seek?"
What do you seek?
That hurt a lot.
Wow. Yeah. Let's see. What do we seek? How about so there are two things that are said. Keith, you hear Dominion, and you other four hear obedience.
And then I guess right before Senrathi's turn, I'm just gonna say, "In us you will find neither," and then let him go.
How would you have heard the other one?
I can understand common.
Yeah, but I don't think you heard it.
Oh,
Yeah.
Also, I just want to
Okay.
point out that if he's looking for obedience or revolution, it's probably a bad spot to start looking.
fair.
Well, I mean, he's subjugating people to themselves,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Seems
A lot
more
of
like
times,
a
revolutions
coup.
aren't really revolutions for the people who get revolved upon.
Mm.
Yeah, and the root of revolution is revolve. Is that true? Oh, that's deep. You gotta go back to freshman philosophy for that. Simrathi.
I think this is stupid, but I've never actually got to use this cantrip successfully before.
The best reason to do something.
At the same time, I think I'm just gonna like it worked last time. I think I shall apply guiding bolt to forehead.
Directly to the forehead.
Yeah.
Head on.
And so I think it's like, well, we're at least obedient to the powers that we're obedient to the right sort of power. Those that have what's best for us all in mind and not simple greed. Boop.
All right.
I want Senrathi to walk up to him and like boop his like fucked up face.
I'm like 6 inches from him. So I think it is like the hand goes to the forehead and just like
You have to like jump up though, aren't you? He's on a horse.
I can.
Maybe they touch the horse.
Slap.
No,
High five him in the head.
I've got a tail, so clearly I do the Tigger thing.
Oh, I was gonna say, but it's like full on face healer.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah,
It's
like
like-
I
it's
cast
like
this
Star Trek
rot
5.
out. I cast this rot out. I'm just like,
Show me your pain.
just like Yorha was asking at the beginning of the fight. You know?
or
just
it's,
like the
go with
image.
peace or something, or
I
be at
just like the
rest.
image of
Peace
Senrathi like quietly going like boop as soon as the skin to skin contact.
Or I come not to bring obedience, but faith.
Freedom,
Faith.
faith, hope.
Yeah, hope. There.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not obedience, but hope, and then just.
I mean, I think that narratively has to kill them.
I mean, if 17 damage wouldn't.
17 points of radiant damage doesn't kill them.
Well, I mean, it's mechanically kills them, but it also narratively
Yeah.
has to.
Okay.
Yeah, and
I was
there
like
is
very concerned for a second that like phase 2 and like you see my true form.
Exactly. Like here comes the actual Drider.
I mean, that's an amazing idea, and I will have to do that next fight.
He's
This
secretly
fight.
Alec Drider.
Scott. The next one will be Scott Drider. Yeah, so the was this all radiance and stuff? Like you're just like fiery, you don't have like blue fire, right?
Yeah, generally it's just fire. Like
Yeah.
the purifying of actual flame.
So you slap the dude, the gaunt, skeletal, rotten, holy faced person with your guiding bolt, the be cleansed fist.
Yep.
And like there's like all the meat bits go up in flame
Good.
of both the horse and rider, and like the entire thing like sags downwards as it like really rapidly burns away. Like if this was like, think of this as like an 8-bit pixel art sort of thing. So they go from like scary creepy thing to burst on fire and like and then they kind of collapse downwards, and like it's over fast. Like this stuff melts away at a disturbing rate. And all that's left is blackened bones and the armor.
One of the things that also pro people get access to, Mike, is if you go to the paintbrush, there should be a thing which is like effects or something. And now Roll20 supports particle effects because why not? So instead of telling us about smoke, you can put shitty cheap particle effects on the screen and show us smoke.
Whoa.
Roll20, call me.
This is called Nova Blood.
Yep.
Nova blood?
Well, it's Nova, and then the matter
How
is
is that
blood.
not a barbarian?
Oh, that's
move?
amazing.
Nova blood.
Whoosh, the blood just spurts out of the person. Yeah. Wow. Do we have death flares? We have death flare too. There's a whole thing called death. Death bomb.
Death is another.
Poof, 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 poof,
It's another
poof,
one of the
poof,
materials.
poof, poof, poof. That's awesome. So now I'm thinking of this. I gotta like get Final Fantasy IV style like effects in here and like.
Yeah, I feel like the character should be shaking and it like slowly going into the ground. And
Yeah.
little
yeah,
cheap,
yeah.
you know,
Well, and like
MIDI
in a
sound effects.
very different art style from the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the magic is so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It's got all the colors.
Yep. Anyways, I've completely derailed this. Acid spray?
That's slime breath.
Oh, nice.
Acid spray is a darker green. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. Roll
We've
20.
lost
Like
him.
Yep.
I have so many things I wanna do now. Blood breath.
It's a shame you can't like set it down as an emitter.
I bet you can.
I don't know if like it doesn't seem like it yet, but it's probably something they're working towards. And then you just like put a cauldron somewhere and you make smoke trail out of it.
Oh, that's great. Little blood splatter effect.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, I'm done. So yeah, roll 20. Well done. So the yeah, y'all have done some murderizing.
I would like to like take one of these things apart and see what makes it animate.
I'm
So
already hacking one of them to pieces.
I'm doing
Just
this a
hack.
little more methodical.
Hacking.
So are you hacking apart a squire, and Sunrathi, are you methodically disassembling the knight, or
It doesn't sound like there's
Right.
any meat left in the night.
it is? Yeah, it's skeletons and it's bones and metal is all that remains.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna check out the other squire and I want to see like the fuck.
So we'll do Yorha's first because Yorha's is easy. What do you describe the hacking, whacking, and
Smacking.
About halfway between like methodical dismemberments, so for prevention of like reanimation, and just like angry barbarian, you stupid thing stabbed me with a bunch of poison tentacles.
Okay.
Smashing.
And are you doing this one to one of the meaty ones or the meatless one?
The meaty ones. The
Okay.
meatless one's already meatless. I can't really cold cut that one any harder.
So as you're like hacking apart the one of the squires, like it comes apart in not easily, but the armor is less it's not good metal, right?
Okay.
It's softer than you anticipate. It kind of like it dents as well as cuts, and like the meat squire beneath is like horribly rot infected, right?
Okay.
It's got that long term sort of rotness on the inside, where like large portions of it have been replaced with that kind of the Cheeto dust esque stuff.
Okay. Is the horse in fact a vessel filled with Mountain Dew?
Yeah, that they're not two distinct creatures anymore,
Okay.
and like it's not like not a thing that you've heard of. Well, roll me history.
Roll history. Okay, hold on.
You can interrupt us with that pun.
Boom.
That's actually pretty decent. So like the weird fusing thing that's happening here is not normal for rot stuff.
Oh, they just
But-
went for people.
Historically speaking, people did not fuse with animals.
Huh.
That was a thing that was going on over there. Yeah, so this is not a thing that you've heard of before, and like
Great.
people become infected, but they don't usually become like this, and it's almost like the rider here is fused with its horse creature, and this horse creature has feline teeth in its mouth instead of regular horse teeth, and
Forgot about that.
Yeah, that's still super creepy, even with all the other stuff we already know. That's
Which means they don't eat plants. Because cat teeth ain't for plant eating.
No.
Mhm.
Oh, gosh.
and like
Just not
the
on.
hooves like fall apart, and there's like claws underneath the horse's feet, like vestigial claws, like kind of like it's. I
As you
haven't fully thought
do.
of that ideas, but yeah.
Did any of the horses meow?
I mean, they're all super dead right now.
None
Mike-
of them are being hacked.
Mike, what did the horse say?
Yes.
I don't know any horses. Meow.
Yes.
Raka, something like that. Wow. Spanish textbooks, the dogs go wow. Yeah, so Yorha, you've sufficiently dismembered it, and it's filled with not great stuff.
Meow.
It's a pinrata. Okay, why is
Because
Yes.
Zach just meowed in Mr. Ed's voice.
that is
Didn't
exactly
expect anyone to follow up on that.
the caption makes it for that. Yeah, weird. Okay. Yeah, go ahead and click on that link, chat. Sinarathi, I believe that there was some more methodical nation that you wanted to do.
Yeah, like I want to figure out metaphysically what the shit is up with these things.
So we're gonna pretend for a minute. Well, I mean, the players here know what lobster is and what lobster is like.
Great.
Go on.
So the armor has a lobster-esque feel to it. It is soft and not super soft, but also not like metal hard. It's more shell-like.
Chitinous?
It's chitinous, yes. And to remove it from the knights requires a similar sort of cracking, peeling process in order to remove the knight from its armor. And it appears to be one piece with its horse.
Does boiling help it come out easier?
It helps shrink the meat a little bit, which causes it to be a little easier, yeah. But you don't want to go too far, the meat gets rubbery.
Yeah.
Lovely. Like at this point, how far gone is someone to the rot?
This is not a thing that you've encountered.
But like, is this the sort of thing that I think I could pull someone back from?
There's not person left, right? It's
okay.
They're more like the Domokun troll things from before.
Cool.
Than they are like.
I burned the remaining bits to keep the rot from spreading.
Yeah, like the armor cracks open when you burn it. Like it's not.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all super not great.
I mean, better ash than, not.
Yeah.
Especially wandering around and visiting villages.
Yeah.
I kind of wish we'd kept one, like, clinging to life so we could drag it back to that village and be like, this your Inquisition? Smack? But, next time.
So there are 3 very dead outriders. And they're smoky, they're greasy orange smoky remains as they go up in fire. And you got that oily black and orange cloud.
Oh, Yorha, if you need to use that stim pack that I gave you, you might as well.
Okay, I will do that. What does that do for me again?
D8 plus 3 healing.
Yay! I definitely need that.
I really wish I could do a facsimile of the Half-Life healing station.
Wah, 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 wah. Okay.
Yeah.
We need a dispenser over here.
That's
This is more like
I know.
a pneumatic sound.
All right. What is your next plan here?
Go follow where they came from and kill them all.
Well, right now we need to scout out their force size. If they're actually trying or have an army that they think is capable of taking on the Empire,
yeah,
even as diminished as it is, we need to find out. I mean, we might be more on the recon side of things at this point. So we need to find out. We need more info.
Okay.
So, but we are going to continue going towards the outpost, but with a bit more of someone that's maybe stealthy in front, that's keeping an eye out for things to look at first.
Could also use a long rest at some point in time.
Yeah.
Not all of us are blowing literally all of our radiant bolts in like
I used
4 seconds of game time.
I used 2 of 4.
I typically have no spell slots left over because I gave the 2 stim packs out and then I've used my shield.
I also
anyways.
I also just don't want us to skate past the fact that we're probably at this point special tactics and reconnaissance.
Yeah.
And I should really change my hoodie if that's true.
Do it.
What time of I don't know what time of day it even is, Mike. Are we? I don't remember at all cues for that.
So you were at a village, and then you burned down stores, and then you took a little jog through the countryside, and then you were accosted by a patrol that you killed one of, and then you ran away the rest of them, and then you went to a village and you talked. So it's probably late afternoon at this point.
Okay, so yeah, I think we will set up a very uncomfortable in hostile territory kind of camp off the beaten path a bit and settle in for a long rest.
All right. So you are not terribly far from the town that you were in before.
Sorry.
No worries. Do you want to head towards the town, or you just want to head out into the field?
Zach,
no, I don't.
Sorry.
Were you gonna say something?
I was just gonna say, like, I'm counting since like before the cave is the same adventuring day.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know when the last time we rested. It doesn't really matter that much for me.
Like the siege.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right, because we did roll out right after the siege and chasing the troops.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't even think we took one after we burned that Inquisitor. So it's been a minute.
No, it's been a long day. So yeah, I know we're not going back to town. I don't want to interact with them again right now.
Okay.
Especially with possibly not welcoming Snarthy back in town.
So there are a couple different wildernessy sort of places that you can camp. The town of Baza is not Raza. We'll go with Raza. Isn't super far from a river here. The river runs north to south, crosses by the road, through the road, under the road. So you can either head north along the river, or you can head south. And the river runs. I guess that the river runs down from the mountains. From south to north. So down in the south, there is a set of, I don't know what you call it. Like, it's like not like a box canyon, right? Because it's huge. But there are like many leagues separating, but it's.
Is it a delta?
Oh, that'd be a river running into the delta. So there's a river running down a mountain, and the mountain has that's like a caldera sort of thing. It's like a very wide box canyon. It's like leagues and leagues and leagues across. But eventually it does go from a relatively easy grasslandy terrains to steep mountainous hills to like mountains. So you can either head. The easiest places to do, are east along the road back towards Lorca, west towards the crossroads and the stronghold, north along the river, down to the grasslands, or south up the river towards the mountains.
I'd rather be upstream.
All right. You know what? I think I may actually. Yeah, we'll go over here real quick. So I gotta finish uploading the new map, but you guys are. Oh, there's literally none of the roads or anything on here. That's useless.
Not even any.
It'll take me a hot minute to upload, so we're going to not do that right now. Back to the forest with you. Okay. So you guys head south, or up the river towards the mountains. And are you going to need to find a place to camp? So is there... this game must have some sort of knowledge hanging out in the wilderness survival skills.
In fact, it has survival.
Mm-hmm. I'm trained in it.
Let's do is anyone else trained in survival?
I'm sure Keith is.
Yeah.
I am too. I have a 3.
Okay. So whoever wants to make the roll, feel free to please do it at advantage.
I will help someone. Or I'll give Keith guidance and Yorha helps.
Yeah, I'm sure Keith has a better modifier than me.
Okay.
I'm +3.
I'm +4.
My immersion.
If I had to rate
it's
my
what you
skill
said in
at it,
chat
I'd
the other
probably
day.
be about a 4. Okay, so roll with advantage, you said?
And a D4.
Okay. D4. 13.
Lucky 13.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good. It's no 15, but it's pretty good. Okay. Yeah. So, Keith, you're able to find a camping spot that meets all of what you consider to be the party's needs, which may be different than what the party needs. I don't know. That sounds like some good humor. Let's
Found us another camp in a tree, didn't you?
Hold on. Oh, wait. Hold on. That's 17.
Yeah, because Ranger bullshit.
Ah!
It's a wisdom check. I'm trained in it, and we're in grassland, so my
Yes.
proficiency bonus is doubled.
Okay. Yeah. So with the 17, you're able to pick out what you believe is to be in like an ideal location. Anybody who wants to there's not going to be like sneaking up on you without some serious fuckery going on. It's a good spot that's like sheltered from the elements, and it has a limited number of approaches. So you can have like a small fire, and patrolling will be easier. Good job. You beat my arbitrary threshold for this.
Good team job.
Let's take 5, and then we'll reconvene. Or like
Sure.
3, 2.5. Yeah, a quick bio break for everybody so I can get some water.
All right, we're out. We return with a
Yeah,
cat.
huzzah.
No, cat has gone away. Oh, there's cat.
So we returned from a short rest of our own to do a long rest for the party. So Keith has found a ideal hunting spot, which is ideal a resting spot, which is great.
Spot.
And you all put up. I don't know if we want to do like a vignette or if we care about that sort of thing, like what you'd all do when you rest. Like I imagine that Sinrathi does some prayering.
I mean, like, I assume I can find an ash tree in this forest and, like, post up under it with a holy book of some kind, and I'm leafing through it.
Yeah. I mean, so in the vast period of time that we've had since the Ashen Empire was founded, like pilgrims have gone through the lands seeding trees. So even though in the areas where they weren't natively growing, they all grow everywhere ash has been now. Yeah, you've got no problem finding a tree, and like it's a good day for prayer. You don't have any problem reaching out to touch faith.
Okay, so I talk to my own personal hope, Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Someone to hear my prayer. Someone who'll care.
Yeah.
And probably say, like, a quick little prayer, like, may Vashla find the peace of a home again, and may Yorha finally know rest when his journeys are done. May
Yorha snores from the trees above you.
Yeah. And, like, may Kaith, like, once again feel the wind in her feathers. And, like, it's probably, like, and Fritz, like...
And Fritz is helpless. Don't worry about him.
Well, no, and it's like, and may Fritz finally know the value of a duty well done. Or, like, not, like, feel the reward for a duty well done. A charge well executed. Because he's going to murder Kaith, get it?
Wow. Question is, can you afford to kill me right now?
Can we afford not to?
Yes. How many more nights can we really assume that we're going to live through?
Yeah.
If we continue allowing Kate to survive.
I really liked.
Let's find out.
I really liked the when you were like, "Yeah, Keith, you found some hunting grounds. These idiots are all lined up sleeping."
That's right. Fritz, what are you doing?
I imagine Fritz is, mending gear, sharpening axe cantons, and doing other general maintenance that he can quietly. I don't bust out the anvil or anything, but probably help, tend some stuff.
Yeah, reach into your bag, pull out an anvil.
Checking the
I have my travel anvil
of the axe cannons.
Yeah, your sights are a bit off.
Or
missed a horse at point blank.
You go into the bag with your anvil to work on things, and then pop back out for air every 5 minutes.
Could.
Is there just a hose?
Yeah, like there's a reed.
The periscope to see what's going on.
Yeah, let's really test
While
this
you're
guy
in
the
there,
whole
one of us
year.
accidentally steps on it.
No, we test it with Yorha, because if he dies, well, it's fine. Like, it's bound to happen anyway. Yorha is science guinea pig.
If you just leave the opening of the bag of holding opening, shouldn't it just transfer air?
Right, I'm imagining.
Should equalize pressure.
Oh, that'd be bad. No, you don't want that.
Yeah, no, that's real bad if it equalizes pressure. 'Cause then stuff
The
gets
bag of holding is a pocket dimension, not a dimension.
wonky.
It's not a full dimension. It's like just
Right.
it's like a like.
But it's bigger on the inside.
Well,
so
sure.
It's gonna have,
What if? I mean,
it's gonna
Fritz
be
could. It's
pressurized,
probably.
effectively, is what I'm saying.
Well, no, but like it's not a physical bag.
Well,
like if you
so,
crush
but
the bag, the magic gets dispelled. It's not like the
gonna
inside
say, like-
spill out.
Can we like open it up, let it fill with air, and then just like point it at our enemies and have a Yorha jump on it?
You just blow into it. That's okay. Okay, we're getting
I think
silly
we
again.
have gone off track. Yes.
Yeah.
Never. That's never happened.
Vashla, what are you up to?
Um,
Doing particular rituals?
No, I think just meditating upon Matthias's journal. Because like we didn't really do any scene for getting to level 4, so I guess just studying more on the spells. Especially because as an Eldritch Knight, I'm not like talented so much as I deal like a lot of my magic's through memorization.
Kind of brute forcing the magic.
Yeah. And that's how I get rid of my negative intelligence modifier.
Through studying, through hard study, persistence.
Yes. I get +2 intelligence from studying.
Yorha, have you ever tried to help Vashla out with her magic by hitting the books?
I imagine I would have been stopped like halfway through. I imagine like Yorha like grabbing his axe and then like running at the books and then like somebody jumping in front and bodily stopping that from happening.
I think that's when I use the magic shield again and just watch
That's
Yorha like kind of
Fine.
bring the shield or bring the axe down on the magic shield and watch him like fling himself backwards.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Then I
Yorha
just
can see
casually turn the page, just still chilling like as Yorha is trying to get up from the ground.
Okay. There we go. I was wondering when you were press enter because I was in the stream for a while. Keith, do you have any rituals that you do in the evenings?
Yeah, a few of them. I think she feels like she needs to provide food for these people. So, she's probably like full-blown sprinting through the woods, trying to fire while running, and also be stealthy while running. Like it's sort of training and hunting in one. And then like when she kills something, she full-blown sprints back like through the camp, drops the food in the middle of the camp, and keeps going.
That's a lot better than what I was imagining.
Yeah, I was worried that regurgitation was going to be involved.
Yeah,
Well, like-
I thought so too.
No, like we're all lying in a line. It's Keith's watch, and just like gah, gah, and we're all like asleep, lying in a line, and just like vomit on all of us. All right, eat up.
I think I mean it's probably not a ton of food. It's enough to to leave you full, but not enough to like have a ton for the road. But she brings some some meat, some plants, that sort of thing back, and then probably as she like swallows a rabbit hole with the weird seagull neck thing that they do when they eat hot dogs.
Clearly, I've not lived the American experience.
horrifying. It's
Yeah, I know what you're talking
worst.
about. Their neck feathers get all poofed out as they. Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
terrible. Just Google it. Yeah, that's it.
I refuse.
the
Question:
worst.
does anyone here trust Keith enough to have like a solo watch?
Yes.
Does anyone else besides Sinrathi trust Keith enough to have a solo watch?
I don't think anyone's doing solo watches anyways.
Yeah.
That would
I mean, there's an odd number of us.
But I think at some point she does kind of go off by herself a little bit to kind of be alone and reflect on things and try to kind of figure out if she has any insight as to what the hell's going on. And then I think eventually she kind of slowly falls asleep just for a little while.
So that's an interesting phrase. It's to see if Kate has any insight into what's going on. Do you want to roll a check here?
Sure.
Let's go with insight. We got a name for this.
Okay. Well, my insight's not great, so this will be fun. Boop. 4.
4. Okay. Well, I mean, so there's definitely a here it is. There's some like undealt with like issues. You think? It's kind of hard. Like the group as a whole functions well, but like y'all are exceedingly violent, and that's not necessarily something that is a problem or seems problematic. But like maybe there are issues that aren't being resolved. There's definitely some sort of thought that you have. Like maybe we forgot something today. Well, it'll come to us. It'll come to us later. So speaking of later, Yorha.
Yes.
What is your evening rituals?
I symbolically hang myself from an ash tree and fall asleep.
And when you say hang,
By the chest, not by the neck?
Yes. Hang like I don't even know. Like, am I well trained enough that I can just like branch and just like.
Do you have a pre-made rope harness you just throw around the tree and like you're the part that holds it together?
Maybe that would be cool.
Just like 2 loop ends, and you kind of shimmy into it, and it ooh, that could hurt. You only died from that like
fine.
twice. That's fine.
Yeah, I was gonna say like it can hurt. I'm into hurt. That's fine. It's if it kills me, that's a problem.
if it's a bowline, if the 2 sides have bowline knots, then you should be okay.
Okay. Yeah, like I lash myself to an ash tree. Like I was saying, like I'm above Sinrathi. Like when Sinrathi prays that Yorha finally find rest, like Yorha's above Sinrathi snoring.
Wow. Okay. Give me a Constitution save.
Boom.
Okay. So like the fight from earlier today, where you fought the dark centipede horse creature thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're trying to fall asleep, and like parts of the fight keep playing back in your mind, and it's not like a super like a normal thing. I'd guess for you, like you've been through a lot of fights. It's just a thing, you kill a bunch of people, maybe you die, most of the times you don't, and you come back out on the other side. And but like for something about this one is has been bothering you a bit.
Just eating you up inside.
Yeah.
It's like
you're definitely dwelling on
festering
it.
somehow.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no, I wouldn't like that at all. Yorha's used to like meat heading out and conking, just dropping. Yorha's like an old campaigner and gets to sleep when he can, right?
The soldier.
So I mean, is this the poison or is this the rot from the cave?
Both good possibilities, because
I'm pretty sure the answer is yes.
It's a real good cocktail you got going.
Right.
I mean, maybe the poison will fight the rot.
So if you resurrect a rot-infested Yorha, does he come back clean?
I don't have that spell yet.
Can you upload to
I'm
the
not saying
server
you
with
do.
the corrupted data?
I mean, you can.
You can absolutely corrupt an image that hopefully you're versioning your Yorha system so that you can roll back.
well, this is why we cut off the finger ahead of time.
True.
Ooh, that's good. I like it. Did you cut off your finger?
I believe I did. I believe it was like the first thing I did. And I don't remember who I gave it to.
No,
You gave it to the acolyte who read the Latin in the
Oh,
book, who
no.
is none of us.
Like, for nothing. I did it for nothing.
I was gonna say Yorha bit his thumb at someone quite literally.
But I need the thumbs to hold the axe. The pinky finger can go, right? But
Why the finger,
But-
then?
How does consciousness get uploaded to the thumb?
Well, no, it's just a part of the self, and it's symbolic.
Okay.
It's a
The
sympathetic.
gun is the thumb is the thing that cocks the gun, right? That's where the soul lives. In the ash. Right.
That checks out.
I mean, that's what they say.
There's some like deep theology here
Well, it's
for
like-
the ash word.
I imagine, like, part of the ash, like, there's, like, some part of the ash mantra that is literally just, like, I kill with my heart. And the reason you cock the hammer back with your thumb is because you actually have, like, a heartbeat in your thumb, as opposed to your other fingers.
Right, and they train everyone to shoot left-handed first because
Yeah.
that one goes straight to the heart.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because today's all 80s. It's flock of seagulls, and then the hot dogs. Wow, yeah, we got a solid through line here with our meta narrative. You're plagued by nightmares.
Okay, that's not okay. That's not great. I will. Yeah, Yorha will thrash in the tree, very awkwardly for anyone that's like under or nearby or trying to sleep. Because I imagine like Yorha's like nightmare screams are not pleasant.
So do we have are you doing that full thing where people keep watch at some point, or
Keith will keep any watches needed.
does Kate sleep?
Not
Like
much.
a bird.
Sometimes during the day, like she'll just hop on somebody's shoulder, usually Yorha, and just kind of doze off for a minute.
I think it helps that we probably, like, as a habit, when Kate gets too excited, someone throws, like, a blanket over her head.
Do we have hoods? Do each of us have a hood for Kate?
Yeah.
It's like the falconer hoods with a
Yeah.
tie underneath her chin.
You could tell when she starts getting excited because like she starts like fluffing up like through whatever clothing she may have been given,
And she keeps stuttering, like, while she's talking.
and she
And she's,
she
like,
hops more
hopping,
instead
yeah.
of walking.
Birds
Wow.
are weird.
Birds are super weird. So aside from Yorha's sleep screams, there is like a pervasive sense of the night being like
Dark and full of terrors.
Can I do anything about the night terrors?
I mean, sure.
Good. Cool. Okay.
I mean, you're hopeful that you can.
Yeah. I mean, what
You want
what,
to believe.
what do we? I want to believe. What do we got here?
Roll plus hope and faith.
Is this like animal handling, intimidation?
I will absolutely let you roll animal.
I mean,
Oh, it's okay.
yeah.
It's okay. You're gonna be fine.
Like if you think it's a
No, I think it's gonna be a
trained.
religion, and I'm gonna like yell some diatribe at him.
Just rub little
Okay,
sugar
that's
cubes
fair.
into his mouth as you stroke his
Yeah.
face.
Got some carrots.
and let's shut his chin.
Yeah.
For some reason, when your heart rages, we put blinders on him.
Sun's getting real low, big guy.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking too, actually.
I have 19 religions for this.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you can tell me your religious method for attempting to imbue peace.
I mean, I think it's it starts out harsh. Like I slap him awake. If he's like too high for hands to reach, probably with the tail. Like just like this like spade-shaped devil's tail slaps him across the face, awake. And then just here. Be silent. You will listen. These things have no power over you. You are more powerful than it. It is simply a vision, and it is something that you will conquer. At rest, soldier. And then I don't know if there's any like particular like there's probably something in like the chant of Ash about like duty and diligence and whatever. And Yorha's night terrors were like not dignified, and they were like a dereliction of duty to be a good soldier. And so like I think that's the way that I approach this, because I think that's the sort of thing Yorha would respond to.
Yeah, no, Yorha listens to you, and then you can see like a determined look go across his face, and then like there's almost look like he's going to rage, like that the facial expression you give before he rages, and then he like passes out, just down. Like he just like force of wills his way back to sleep.
Rage sleep.
So, Zach, at what point did you realize you were just playing your 2-year-old child? Or however, your tiny human child, yeah.
That was a very toddler explanation, or not a toddler description.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. He attacked me with a toy broom the other day, like full-on overhand swing. It was great. Yeah.
Kids. Yeah, so your sleeps, and if more nightmares plague them, they're at least still.
Can I have smacked any of the rot out of him with that? Or at least, like, enabled him to smack the rot out of himself? Like, do we get a
Literally
trippy dream
did?
sequence? Yeah, I mean, like...
Oh, God.
Do we get, like, a
you can
trippy
absolutely-
dream sequence of, like, Yorha murdering rot monsters in his sleep and waking up?
Yeah, exactly.
Less
We're
infected.
gonna like. This is gonna be like the Doctor Strange moment where I fight my internal demons with the like abstract concepts of hope and faith.
Yeah.
But those are just your warhammers that you're wielding in the dream. Yeah, if you want to burn a spell slot, I mean, if you don't mind. You're just going to
Yeah.
sleep, right?
What
Yeah.
flavor of it? Because I've got 2s and 1s left. This feels like a 2.
With a 19, you've got
Okay.
plenty of latitude.
Yeah, I'll burn a 2 and I'll just get it back in 5 minutes.
So there is there was something materially wrong. A literal pall hanging over Yorha that you dispelled. And it's not like you don't get the same sense that you did with the rot expulsion. And Yorha does have, yeah, I like the idea that in your dreams that you are literally slaying your demons. Maybe like Sinrathi is there riding shotgun with you.
Where the
Okay.
goat.
I think in the dream, like, Senrathi is full-on support class. Like, Yorha gets the shit kicked out of him. I pick him up, I cure his wounds, and I put him back in the ring.
Is it a ring?
I mean,
you
I didn't want to be like, get up, Rock,
the
but
cut? Yeah, like
Nice.
Yorha's fist fighting the rot
yeah.
in the
Well,
ring with the
yeah,
gloves
you're-
and the.
Bare knuckle brawling one of those Domokun.
Mhm.
Except it talks in the Russian accent for some reason.
Yeah, the Domokun, he's got like the red silk shorts on.
Right.
Yeah.
If he dies, he dies. Yeah, I was thinking Creed, but that's real good.
I was
Yeah,
I
so-
was thinking Apollo Creed too, but this works pretty well. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you die for real. Yeah, that's the night stuff that occurs. And we'll go on. So the other thing that happens, besides all of you being safe and sound and Yorha being purged from whatever pall was hanging over them, the night itself feels, outside of the glow of your fire, feels somehow both empty, cold and empty, but also like there are the wrong sorts of sounds at night, like the concept of hunting wolves, right, is always out there, even though this isn't really there's not many wolves in the south, right? There's that, but you've got this concept, this feeling that there's something out there, like prowling the grasslands, some sort of large predatorish creature. Even though you find no signs of anything like that, no sounds, or just sounds, no smells on the wind, no tracks in the morning, just a sense. Anytime. Yeah, morning. Y'all are refreshed. Take all your spell slots back.
I'm willing to be
Hooray.
down one for helping Yorha. If you care.
Nah, probably that's not necessary.
Okay.
Excuse me, I will refresh the stim packs for Yorha and Bashla.
Never get stim packs.
I mean,
I never used them.
you don't stand on the front lines.
Yeah, I have to refresh it every 8 hours. They basically become inactive
Oh.
magical items after 8 hours.
Gotcha.
It might actually be better to give it to somebody else than me. Because if I stop fighting, like if I stop fighting long and just stab myself with a stim pack, I lose my rage.
Is it a bonus action?
No, I
it's
think
an
it's a full
I
action.
think it's a full
Okay.
action.
Okay.
Hey, question. I guess for Mike, could I affix a stim pack to an arrow and long range heal someone in combat?
It also does the arrow damage too, though. So sorry.
No, I replaced the head with a stim pack. It just goes in like real good. And then if yes, would I be able to use my ability that lets me shoot an enemy immediately afterwards?
The real
That sounds
question here. The real question is here is can you do your like ranged like explosion pine cone arrow but with stim packs?
Yes.
Yeah, but
The
everyone
description
gets-
does say
Everyone just gets broken rusty needles at that point, and none of these.
Oh god.
You shot him.
We heal hit points, but we get tetanus.
Here's your tetanus shot.
the description does say that you have to be holding the item to activate it, though.
It's a tetanus shot.
Special ability is called tetanus shot.
I tried, Adam.
Yeah.
No, this is an awesome idea. You should take it.
It's
I'm
you have to
thinking
be
outside
holding
the
it
bun.
to use it. So I
And
mean,
if you're holding it to use it.
yeah. So I mean, maybe
Yeah.
have like a blunted arrow, and you can deliver it to someone who needs it in a pinch. Case, like you just got to get it near them.
Yeah. I could do that.
Oh, and
Yeah,
then they
they're really
like get
good.
down and like dive on it and like.
I could stick
I can,
it in
I
an
can just
arrow.
make one.
Yeah.
I could just make one for now, anyways, and save it.
The
Yeah.
cost of the stim pack is a full action, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know
Yeah.
that it really particularly matters who's paying the full action.
I could do it. I have action surge. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
It's like one.
Just like,
I
fuck
use
this.
it. Yeah.
Well, no, like two into like each side of her neck, and just like
Yeah.
roids the fuck out.
Well, no, I was gonna say giving like Yorha a surge because
Yeah,
or Sinrathi because they're the most likely to get hurt.
I disagree.
I don't think I've ever been.
You're the
hurt.
most likely to go down like a chump.
I'm
At
the
the
most
very-
likely to die, sure.
Words.
I don't know that I'm the most likely to get hurt.
The cave with the beholders.
Yeah, it really fucking hurt that they did things that like targeted my AC and not my bodyguard's AC.
Well, not only are you the person in the group with like the lowest AC and lowest hit points,
Well,
you're also like a natural target for a lot of the shit that we fight.
so I mean, I can cast Cure Wounds 4 times in a day. The fifth
Yeah, that's-
casting isn't going to do a damn thing.
Can you do?
That's
it
why I
if
wasn't
you're-
too worried about Sunrathi.
Hmm.
Oh, sorry.
I can't
be
do it
up
if I'm
now.
dead, but I also can't stim pack myself if I'm dead.
Let's play Vashla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Our Lady of
Yeah,
Stim
I
Packs,
think
right?
I'll take it.
I think we give the healing to the bodyguard if that makes sense. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
We give the pills
Comes
to the
out down.
doctor, and then the enemy just has to find the bomber and the mechanic. They have to get together.
Technically, I'm the doctor. I'm the party doctor. I bet I have a higher medicine score than anybody else in the party.
You're
I'm
the-
doctor.
You're the
Probably.
party doctor.
Yeah.
You're not the doctor in the party.
What's your medicine score at Yorha? Like,
It's like
4?
four.
3. How is it 3? Wait. Oh, never
Because
mind.
one wisdom and then
Wisdom.
proficiency.
Yeah.
There we go. We time traveled for me.
Anyways,
Okay, so
let's play some D&D instead of playing D&D.
morning comes. You're all Fritz develops stim packs and hands them out. Andrew was mouthing a thing. Okay. Is there any? What was the plan? Is the plan to head to the crossroads and check out that outpost? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, I still want to recon the.
Sorry, what was that?
Go ahead.
I was yeah, I still want to recon the crossroads just to get an idea, and I'd also like to still find out where their headquarters are. So if that means taking prisoners, well, we have a handy crossroads to do that.
Right. So you head down the road to the west for a bit, and Keith, do you want to make me stealth and perception?
19 stealth, 13 perception.
Okay. I would say you've got no problem hiding out from these folks. Does anybody? Sorry, so I don't know if you should have asked this before you, but did you give guidance or anything to Keith?
I was gonna, but that would hit the stealth and not the perception. So I mean, roll a d4.
You can roll them in the order that you want, right?
Doesn't your natural explorer kick in for this or no?
Yes, it does.
In whiz
So-
check. Dinger.
So it's 14, 18. 18 for perception, 19 for stealth.
Isn't it just double? So you'd be up to 16? Because your proficiency's already going to be in there.
Yes, 16. Sorry, I'm good at math.
Okay. So those are good results. You're able to move with some confidence that you're not being seen, and furthermore, you've got your head on a swivel and your eyes ready to go. So you are able to. Oh shit! I should have got a map for this. You've got you come across the not the stronghold. What was the outpost? It is a. Are you familiar with both palisades? Are wooden palisades?
I think so.
Mhm.
Google.
So like think makeshift wood walls out of like tree trunks that have been like spiked at the top, so they look like giant toothpicks. And the palisades are set up in such a way to give. There's a gate at the south, at the west, and the east into the palisade areas, and otherwise they're just. It's a pretty large, maybe call it an acre fort that's been erected here, and the walls are on the southeast, southwest, and along the northern edge of the road, and it's kind of like a medieval way station. The gates are there along the road, appear to be there to open up to let traffic inside. There are two towers at the southeast and northwest ends that have these heavily armored folks like that you saw on the horseback before, but not on horseback. And they're just kind of like walking around the edges of the tower. And you stay there for a bit to get like an eye of what they're doing. And they just seem to do that forever.
Okay.
Traffic into and out of the outpost is pretty frequent. It's mostly folks, a knight errant sort of on horseback, coming in from the west, staying for a little bit, and then leaving. You see two patrols head to and from the west. Every patrol you see from the south. And what's the other thing that's interesting? You see carts rumble through the area. So a cart will rumble through, stop here at the outpost, and then rumble out to the east. And they come from both the west and the south, and then rumble out to the east.
Okay. Does this all seem to be like military people, or are there any like civilian-looking folks hanging around?
So the carts are the sorts of grain wagon sort of things that you've seen from before. Those do not seem to be military folk. They just seem to be regular small folk. The riders that come from the south and the west are of the same ilk that we've seen recently, heavily armored on barded, not horses.
Okay.
And it's hard to give an exact count of the number of guards. You can't see into the outpost there, but the ones that you do see, there's like a handful at each of the gates when the gates open to let the wagons in.
I'm gonna kind of scoot back to the rest of the group real quick and give them all that info and then I'm going to look over at Fritz and say, okay, so are we still at that whole ask questions first, or are we just moving to shoot now?
No, we're definitely in hostile territory.
Okay, because I can catch a wall on fire, maybe.
We need someone alive. We need information.
Also, there's innocent travelers moving in and out of there.
We could smash cut to a night attack if we need to.
I get it. See, because we're killing knights.
I didn't even make that joke. Sorry.
I think you'll find that you did.
We can check the tapes, Adam.
So, what was our best estimate on troop number?
Future 0.
Nice.
Well, I mean, there are one on each of the two towers, and as best as Kate could tell, like it was 5.
Okay.
Best guess is 5 inside.
Oh,
And
we
then
could do that easy.
Or we could just burn it down with them inside. It works.
I mean, if it's 5 knights, that actually might get difficult.
See, the thing is, if they're terrified of fire and surrounded by fire, they'll just kind of be there and we can kill them.
I don't want to kill any merchants, but I am definitely down to just burn.
We can stage the attack for when there's no one being inspected, basically. So it's easy enough to avoid that kind of civilian casualty.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And
I mean, this might also be like a resting point. So I don't.
We can also focus the fire on the two towers.
Mm-hmm.
No, nobody.
I can.
no, I got it. That's
Yeah,
pretty
no,
good.
I was there. I'm with you. The two towers, the whole two towers thing is really.
Mm-hmm.
No. So, in theory, anybody who's inside the fort would be able to get out of there before any larger fire spread would happen. And setting ambush for that if the knights leave the defensive area might be the easiest course of action. But, flambeing the 2 Overwatch, I mean, you have your portable campfire, and Keith can probably do a fire arrow into the other tower. Probably make a better firebomb, actually.
Is there any way that I could get within 120 feet? Let's do some trigonometry here. Is there any way I can get within 120 feet of both towers?
With my grenade sort of fire?
I imagine yours is more of a force.
Could you tinker a grenade for me to fire? That
I mean, I can make grenades in theory. They're just it's the hand wave the expenses if you want to do that. We haven't really been getting pay or loot, so the grenades from the actual book were fairly pricey.
Oh, I see.
For materials.
Yeah, I mean, we don't all loot the corpses of guns and fun stuff like Kate does. So
Heads.
I mean, we could have a collection of various, spoils, but it's all converting that into something useful, especially for a firebomb. I mean,
that's the other problem with
Molotov.
No, because here's what happens, right? Like when we travel, you have your tube and you go inside the bag, and then we just carry the bag, and you're like constantly like
just items keep on flying out of the
building
bag.
things in there. Yeah.
what makes Fritz a
Either
good
that
demo
or,
man.
Like, the colony of goblins we have living in there. There's just like a dozen hoses that come out the front of the mouth of the bag, and there's just like this colony of goblins constantly building like questionable grenades.
Is that where Burke is?
Yes, that's definitely where Burke is. He's at a grenade factory upstate, Jordan.
Yes, this is actually better than the. Yes.
All right, that is a approximation of an outpost that I threw together using assets that were freely available on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's not to scale.
I mean, I'd like to set one
It's
of
a
these
5.55
watchtowers.
foot outpost.
Like, I figure it's probably 10 times the size of that or whatever.
What is the snap post for ants? Yeah, I'd like to set some stuff on fire. This sounds like an assault plan. Our point of attack is a frontal assault, focusing on one of the watchtowers. Engagement rolls, Zachary.
Is this particularly bold or
No,
daring?
like
Yes.
my mouse is when I'm making the circles, right, in roll
Sure.
20,
Okay.
but I'm making them like 3/4 of an inch to the right of my mouse cursor.
Neat.
Mine's dead on.
Reload
It's very
roll
strange.
20. Sometimes it does a weird thing with the zoom.
Okay.
Roll 20 is drunk.
Oh, blood. I saw it. Blood out to the north. Northeast. Whoa.
Somebody's hitting them for us.
Yep.
I'm just getting ready. I figured it was going to happen.
There will be blood.
Blood.
Yeah, no, I'd like to set an outpost on fire.
Okay.
It'll
Hello.
probably get you 120 feet from both towers if we're standing like in the middle.
That sounds like that could be fun. That would be particularly bold or daring.
Yeah.
As in, you want to just stroll right in the middle of the outpost kind of thing?
And then pew pew
And
with
then
one
like,
action.
very impressively, like super villain style, light two things on fire at the same time.
have
And
an
then one of the
idea.
knights, because I get a third bolt.
So, Fritz is a merchant. He's got this bag full of all his wares. We need a place to stay. Oh, we're inside. Fire, fire, fire. Oops, you're all dead.
Oh my god, it's a Trojan gnome.
Is this a deception plan all of a sudden? I
It's a
don't.
Trojan bag.
No, we all hide in the sack.
Oh my god.
Do we have enough
The
hoses?
question is, how are you going to convince you all to get in the sack?
I mean, Fritz is
You
our
have enough
captain.
hoses.
I
Orange says.
I imagine Yorha's actually really bad at holding his breath because he dies so often and like hasn't had to practice the skill ever.
Well, Yorha also has like the crazy amount of muscle mass that requires oxygenation. Like
Yeah.
Yorha's oxygen use is nuts. Yeah.
so there's actually 10 minutes of air in the bag, and it's divided equally among each
Okay.
occupant.
I was gonna say.
So we have 2.5 minutes. Well, we have 2.5 minutes, and then we start like passing out,
Well, so here's
I
the thing,
imagine-
right? Sorry.
which is
Keith
another
would
few
necessarily need to be in the
minutes.
bag. Keith would probably be on the outside
Yeah.
shooting in.
Yep. It's like it's just 3 minutes 20.
Put Yorha in the bag.
Yeah.
Yorha or
Worst case
Vashla.
scenario, Yorha dies and you have to res Yorha.
Nobody put
All
Yorha
of the
in
classified
bag.
things at this point actually apply at some point. But the like like everybody else can walk in. Is the like half naked dude with a giant axe is going to be super questionable.
The
Right.
rest of us
So-
are professional.
I don't know
I
that
could-
I can.
Yeah.
I could also use Expeditious Retreat on myself with 3 move actions. I can move 75 feet per, what is it, 6 or 7 seconds in a round?
Can you
A round's
use
like 7 seconds of time.
6?
Oh my god.
3 foot tall Usain Bolt just sprinting into this fucking
No,
fortress.
No, Fritz is the goblin from Diablo 3. He's just running around with,
With
a
this
giant,
giant- yeah.
moving guy that has a portal.
I think we have to do this now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the Looney Tunesiest way this can go down. Yes. All right. So what is the speedy gnome? I'm still lost as to
So
why the fast gnome.
How
is
are they
super
gonna
useful.
It's
Grab
awesome. That's literally it.
I mean, I'm not poo-pooing the plan. I'm just trying to figure out what happened.
Speedy
I
Gnome
just-
is gonna book it into the fort
Yeah.
with the sack. With
And
at
then dump the
least-
3 of you out.
Yes.
The absolute Santa, you get a barbarian. You get a fighter. You burned it down.
I really wish that the bags of holding worked like the folding boats, where you grab something very small and you like throw it out of the bag and it returns to its shape and size outside.
Yeah.
You just toss it.
Yeah.
Just throw like 150 pounds of armored dwarf at someone.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
So I can actually just invert the bag of holding and everything inside of it comes out. Safe. And it is safe. Too.
Everything. So it's gonna be like
Everything.
us,
The cart.
a cart, a bunch of like building supplies and forges and things.
Yeah.
And then like an entire family of goblins with scuba gear on.
Yes, everything spills out safe but unharmed. So yes, I could easily
does it specify safe?
It literally says if the bag is turned inside out, its contents spill forth unharmed, but the bag must be put right before it can be used again.
Wow. Okay.
I am so into this plan.
Actually, him looking at all the knights like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I made such a mess.
Or like you'd be like, oh my god, bandits, let me in, as you're like streaking towards the gate.
Idea. So you go in, they ask to see what's in your bag, and then you just dump it.
You literally just pull out your
Throwing the
I
instructions.
bet it's like a cat jumping out, leaping out of something, like surprise attack on the bag.
Should I stay outside
Yes.
and be the bandits
Yes.
as you run in, and I could like fire arrows at the wall and stuff?
Should I be the bandits?
Well, and then you can hit the back of you can hit our engines with an ion blast, and then we can convincingly crash into the planet. It's a Star Wars campaign reference. Possibly our stupidest plan.
That was a good one.
Okay. I think at this point we do it. Like we just go for it. We make it happen. I am in a sack.
Your
best version of
highest
whatever
roll was a
plan.
3. It's not great.
Well, no, it's
That's a failing
3d6k bang, and then there's nothing. Like it wasn't
Yeah,
the
is this a-
highest.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it did the thing at all. I think
It just rolled 3.
Yeah, do
I just rolled 3.
K1.
It's k1 instead of k bang.
All right, there you go. So we got a partial success on that.
We're actually doing the thing. Good.
So your plan is to run up and shout at me about bandits? Is that what's going on?
I think Keith wants to shoot at me, so yeah, I guess so.
Not at you.
At the tower.
Boss, do you trust me enough to shoot near you but not at you?
I mean, yeah, you're a good shot.
Keith will remember that. I think she says that out loud, not meaning to.
He said you're good.
And then she hops over to the shadows to get ready to like shoot at her boss, near her boss.
Facial expressions, like this, the single clearest thing in my mind. But like with the bird beak.
Yeah.
Well, it's with a bird beak and 6 eyes all get huge, and they're just solid black, and then she like vibrates a little and puffs up and then hops off into the woods.
It's Aaron's body language. That's what it is. Cool. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So yeah. So Keith, what are you doing in order to sell this?
I have
Kind of
fire arrows.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I could use deep speech, but that would probably not help in this situation. Oddly enough.
Yes, it's been so helpful every time.
Could I just deep speech and get them to let us in?
Probably. You could just ask, like, roll up and be like, "Let me in. Du hast mich gefragt."
Could everybody get in the bag and I just deep speech us in?
Yeah, I think that's perfect. There's nothing going wrong there.
Mike agreed, so no, we're not doing that.
Okay, that's fair.
Wait. What if you put everybody in the bag and you attach the bag to an arrow and you shot the arrow into the
Into a
outpost?
portable hole.
But see, you have to put it like sideways and not hanging, so that way when the arrow's on the downward arc, they start falling out like towards the ground.
Just make sure you're close enough to the ground at that point.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna fire some fire arrows and try to make a commotion and that sort of stuff. Make it seem like there's crap happening out in the woods.
Gotcha. And Fritz, you have deposited one or more people into your bag?
Apparently. Yes, I have the other side party in the bag.
And you are screaming towards the outpost?
Yeah. I think
I gave Fritz guidance before going in the sack.
So you're in the sack with bad jokes. And so Fritz, what do you do when you come screaming up to the door?
I guess I'd be yelling something about, wait, is the gates normally closed? I should probably ask that before.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes, the gates are currently closed.
Okay.
Only my cabbages.
The cabbage.
Cabbage thieves.
Give us all your stuff.
This is the bandits. Come out with your hands up.
Right.
No, I'll probably be yelling something about the bandits are trying to steal my goods. Let me in. Kind of.
They're crazy out here. They're gonna kill us all.
All right, and our Blaze in the Dark GMs, with that partial success, something goes wrong, right?
Well, I mean, it's you get it, but you start in a risky position.
Start in a risky position. Okay.
So, like, we're inside, and they're like, cool.
Always a risky position.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like this. Okay. So check this. So, you get the gates open for you, and you only see 3 of these purple and black armored folks, but they are towering. Like, they've got to be close to 10 feet tall. Like, one of them just grabs the palisade gate and pulls it open, as opposed to using any sort of mechanical advantage. Like, huge and devastatingly strong, like Yorha strong.
So, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
How dim-witted are the travelers that think that the 10-foot-tall space marine is actually a trustworthy authority figure and human?
There's simple folk around here. Height generally correlates to trustworthiness.
Okay.
Well, they are. They just assume that they're Goliath race people.
Okay.
You gotta drop that in Roll20 chat so everyone else can see it. Daytime.
It's
It's the worst.
Kate, you know what they say: when you can't run anymore, you crawl. You can't do that.
Right.
I would have to do it on
Oh,
Twitter.
man.
I don't have a link for it.
Okay, sorry. That's the message. And Firefly. So yes. So Fritz, you see these 10-foot tall, heavily armored folks, and they have weapons that have been forged for their sizes. So they have large-sized greatswords.
Okay.
Which is notable to you as a person that has worked in forges and stuff. And it's unusual because it's not like a thing that you would typically see people doing.
Since they're tall, I want to basically get past them as fast as I can. If that involves going between the legs of giants, then
one rips open the door, so you feel free to run past, by, through, and however.
Yeah, I will continue my, in theory, merchant terror and go running into the fort.
Okay. There are 2 more of them that you see that are sitting at a table. And it is they are sitting on what appear to be tables, and they have another larger table between them. So like a makeshift picnic table of 2 regular sized tables and 1 large table. And they've got like a roasted, like an aurochs sort of thing that's like on the table there that they're just kind of tearing apart. And like the way that they eat is they're just kind of shoving it up in the through the helmet, like between the helmet and the faceplate part, and their mouth, like in their area. That sounds horrible, and like miming doesn't help at all. Yeah, they're just ripping handfuls of meat off of this creature, this roasted creature. And that's kind of a risky position, I guess. That's a position to be in. What's next?
So what's the topography around me? What's the inside of the fort look like? Real quick.
The inside of the fort is there is a very long fire pit that has been so the interior of the outpost, you'd call it shambles, right? It's not nicely squared away like any sort of soldier's billet or military operation. The outside is very put together and well built, and the towers seem quite sturdy for being made of wood. But like the interior of the outpost is a wreck, and it's like not well cared for. There's like a carcass of some sort of beast, like pushed up against the far side of one of the walls, as opposed to like hocked outside of the outpost. And there's like low guttering fires in braziers, kind of like here, there, everywhere, kind of scattered. There's probably like a pile of sacks by the eastern gate, and like a barrel with like a lid, kind of like half a jar with flies buzzing nearby. Like the entire, and like the road here inside the outpost is muddy, as opposed to like well hard packed dirt, or paved with stone pavers. What are those bits of stone called? Like the road would, yeah, like cobbles, like they would be elsewhere in the what else will we have here? And there's like they've all been pulled up. The cobbles have been pulled up and pushed to the side. And there's like an indentation, kind of like this, like it's a halfway to a pit, kind of where they are eating in the center of this fort.
Just so you know, Yorha, you're riding my anvil right now, and I've positioned you towards the front of the sack, however that works spatially inside of a bag of holding. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to keep on running in a panic towards the safety of these 2 guards. Basically ramp myself 1 table to the next table to the face of one of the guards, and invert the sack right into their lap, effectively, or face, or wherever I can reach on a sitting 10-foot giant.
Okay. So you jump up on the table and you're just like, surprise, and open the bag.
Yeah, effectively.
Imagine
Merry
like hanging from the
Christmas.
chandelier, dumping the bag out with one hand.
Or Merry Ashmas.
Yeah, that's probably not a great surprise round for the occupants of the bag.
I'm going to hit somebody with an anvil, so it's going to be awesome.
Yeah, so we will break on the scene of Fritz opening, shaking the bag of holding out on top of one of these large guards.
One of these large
Because we
boys.
get about 20-ish minutes, yeah, before things change.
And people turn into pumpkins.
Right.
All right.
Is that fair?
Makes sense to me.
Yep.
I mean,
Right.
it's not like combat in D&D is fast.
Right.
No. Nope.
So end of session stuff.
Did we learn anything about the world?
Voshli, you addressed a challenge with violence or coercion.
You can't keep crossing the streams. It's gonna give me like some sort of brain collapse.
I
Keith,
think
you
Keith
addressed a
definitely
challenge
talked
with
about the
tracking or
history.
violence.
You know how to
Some inner
do
conflict stuff
Yeah.
between me and Cave. Cave tried to annoy me while I was trying to sleep.
Excuse me, I was trying to ask you if we were friends, and then you
While
told
I
me to
was
fuck
sleeping.
off.
It's true.
at the end of the session, we all piled into a bag of holding, and then the smallest one of us ran up a table at a bunch of giants. So I feel like we definitely expressed the like inner truth of the group. So that is.
It's a team building trust exercise.
I also
That
just
is-
want to say that I think Keith misheard Voshla, and Voshla told her to fuck off.
I literally told her to go try asking your help.
Yeah. Do you want to be friends? No. Maybe talk to you.
I'm trying to sleep, Cave.
Ask Yorha in deep speech. He responds well to that.
Imagine your like punching her in his sleep.
Well, no, his arms are all tied, so it's a
yeah, I'm
kick.
tied up, so it has to be like a
right.
kick, like a scissor lock on the birds, like a very confused. Back and forth.
So that does it for us. We are That D&D Podcast. You can check out this show normally on Thursdays, but this Thursday we are interviewing a very cool human named Ash, and we'll be asking questions about game design and other similar things.
Like how does it feel to be the hero of our D&D universe?
Yeah.
And a main NPC in our Dungeon World universe.
It's okay, so we have a naming problem. We are That Naming Problem Podcast. Yeah, check us out. We're on basically everything at /That D&D Podcast. Twitch, Twitter, Patreon, Facebook,
YouTube.
YouTube. Yeah, that's the other thing. And yeah, once I hit stop on this, I'll crack this video up onto YouTube, and then you can watch it there, unless you currently are, at which point this is extraneous information. Good night!
Night.
Night, internet.
Extraneous information.